This interview with Hector McDonnell was recorded in the summer of 2021, after we received a copy of Exploring Ireland's Middle Kingdom. We liked the book a lot for its resource practicality, intuitive approach to both the spontaneous and seasoned history seeker, and its opening ability to make an understandable chronology of a people, a land, and their many physical legacies in Meath. Sadly, we did not get an opportunity to meet the author, who passed away at 83 years of age in 2023, described warmly at the time as a lady with no notions. We hope this film is a fitting tribute to all those involved with the book, and that it will continue to act as a go-to reference for those exploring the ancient kingdom of Meath.
I think they feel themselves very much rooted to the ground. I think they do feel that the what we think of as the provinces are sort of odd places out there. They're in the real Ireland, so to speak, from their point of view. Meath was seen as being central to Ireland, very literally and emotionally. And so all the big gatherings happened in Meath. One of the sort of ancient sites, which has a megalith on top of it, which is described as the stone of the divisions, the capstone, and the division of Ireland was made at that point. From it, the divisions between the different kingdoms radiates outwards. And one of them, obviously, one of the bits is Meath. You pick it up and every page is interesting. You'll have a drawing on one side and a photograph on the other and text in between. Anybody who wants to know about what's going on there will want to have this book because it tells you what there is to see, basically. It's a wander around the whole of the old kingdom of Meath and all the sort of things that are worth seeing in it. It's nicely entertaining on that level, and then they've got sort of good stories wrapped into most of them too. It's more that Meath is forgotten. I mean, we know about Ulster, Munster and Connaught, but we never think of Meath as what it was, which was the most important ceremonial centre of Ireland. The tribes from the other, what we think of as provinces, which are then kingdoms, they all had sort of an extra headquarters in Meath too. Tara is an obvious one. You only have to think of Newgrange and Dowth and Knowth. They didn't arise by chance. I mean, the most enormous effort was put into their creation. The Boyne is so called, interestingly enough, it's named after the goddess Boyne, which is the white cow. She's also the Milky Way. There's this idea, which is a very ancient idea, which is that the Milky Way is the heavenly version of the river which gives life whatever country you're in. The earliest one I know of is not in Egypt, who was the goddess of the sky, the goddess of the Milky Way, and also of the Nile. And it was just this very sort of deep significance that was given to the river as a source of all life. But the point about the salmon of wisdom is that you'd eaten Boane's berries, which are on the thorn tree, which was by the source of the Boyne. And so it's all tied very closely into this idea of divine wisdom in the stars. Meath becomes the Pale, or a very large part of the Pale. So it becomes the bit that the Norman conquerors sort of take over most effectively. It was the rich land, the great cattle grazing land and seed sowing land of Ireland. Valerie Packham lives with Thomas in this spectacular house, which is called Tullinally, which is an enormous sort of early 19th century Gothic castle. outside Castle Pollard in West Meath. She's a wonderful eccentric and a delightful person. She married this great sort of intellectual eccentric, Thomas Pakenham, who inherited a sort of vast castle and estate. Thomas her husband is an extraordinarily interesting man too, and has written books about everything from the 1798 Irish Rebellion to the colonialization of Africa. Oddly enough, his main fascination now, obsession I should say, is with trees. I mean, he's absolutely fanatical about trees. I'm a painter by profession, and I also write books, I'm afraid, in my spare time. I had to do about 55 drawings for it. Me doing drawings of virtually everything I could find that was worthwhile in Meath, which was an enormous amount of fun. Partly because I'd already written a book, Ireland's Other History, which did the sort of prehistory of Ireland. Well, Irish prehistory is not very easy anyway.